Hello everyone. Before we begin today's story, I have a small favor to ask. Please hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our channel's new videos. It's quick, free, and the best way to support us in bringing you more dramatic stories. Your support means the world to us. Where are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments below. Thank you very much. Now let's dive into the story. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where things weren't what they seemed? Well, this story will leave you speechless, just like the people in the room that night. Let's take a look at what happens when a nanny, unknowingly thrown into the world of the rich and powerful, changes everything at a high-profile event. I know you're all probably wondering, what happened next? What was the real reason Emma was standing there, under the bright lights, in front of so many important people? And how did she go from being just a nanny to someone Liam Parker thought was worthy of such a spotlight? Let's pick up where we left off. I know you're wondering what happens next, right? Was that moment of connection between Emma and Liam real, or was it all part of a bigger game? Well, after the gala, everything started to change. Emma had barely gotten any sleep that night. She couldn't stop thinking about what Liam had said. His words had stuck with her, replaying over and over in her mind. You've earned this, Emma. Don't doubt yourself. She had never thought of herself as someone who could have an impact on the world, let alone the world of corporate giants. But somehow, in that grand ballroom, Liam had made her feel like she was more than just a nanny. The next morning, she was back in the house, tending to the kids, trying to put everything from last night behind her. But no matter how much she tried to focus on the little ones, her thoughts kept drifting back to Liam. She had seen a side of him last night that she had never known existed, a side that wasn't just the confident CEO, but a man who genuinely cared. As she prepared lunch for the kids, she heard the sound of Liam's footsteps approaching. She quickly turned, her heart skipping a beat as she saw him standing in the doorway, looking every bit the professional businessman he always was. But there was something different about him today, something that made him seem more human. Emma, he began, his voice gentle yet firm. I've been thinking a lot about what happened last night. Emma stopped what she was doing, wiping her hands on a towel. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable, she said quickly, her voice laced with a hint of embarrassment. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't prepared for all of that attention. Liam shook his head, a small, reassuring smile tugging at the corner of his lips. You didn't make me uncomfortable, Emma. If anything, I'm the one who should apologize. I shouldn't have put you in that position without explaining everything first. Emma frowned, confused. What do you mean? Liam took a deep breath before continuing. I invited you to the gala, not just as a plus one, but because I wanted you to be recognized for everything you've done. You've been a constant in my life and my family's life, and I wanted the people at that event to know how important you are. His words surprised her. But I'm just a nanny, Emma said softly. I don't belong in the same room as those people. That's where you're wrong, Liam replied, stepping into the kitchen and pulling out a chair. You belong here with me. You've worked harder than anyone I know, and it's time you started seeing that in yourself. I don't just mean as my nanny. I mean as a person, as someone who deserves more than just a job. You deserve to be seen, Emma. The sincerity in his voice made her heart skip a beat. She had never heard him speak like this before. He wasn't just talking about her work or her role in his household. He was talking about her as an individual. For the first time, Emma felt like maybe, just maybe, she was meant for more than what she had believed. I appreciate that, Liam, she said, trying to keep her voice steady. But I don't know if I'm ready for all of that. I'm not used to being in the spotlight. Liam smiled warmly at her. I get it. It's a big change, but I'm not going to push you. I just want you to know that I believe in you, and I'll always be here to support you, no matter what. Emma looked down at her hands, still unsure about everything. She had always kept a low profile, content with her quiet life of taking care of the kids, helping with whatever Liam needed, and keeping to herself. But Liam was right. She had worked hard, and maybe it was time to let herself believe she could be more than just a background figure in someone else's world. I don't know what to do next, Emma said, her voice tinged with uncertainty. I mean, I've never been in a position like this before. I don't know how to handle it. Liam leaned forward, his gaze steady and reassuring. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. Just take it one step at a time. And if you ever need anything, whether it's advice, support, or just someone to talk to, I'm here. We can figure this out together. Emma smiled softly, feeling a wave of relief wash over her. Maybe this was the beginning of something new, something bigger than she had ever imagined. As Liam got up to leave, he paused at the door and turned back to her. "Emma, one more thing," he said, his voice serious yet kind. "I know things have been complicated, but I want you to know that I'm not asking you to change who you are. I just want you to realize your potential. You're already amazing just the way you are. I see that." And with that, he left the room, leaving Emma standing there, her heart a little lighter, her mind a little clearer. For the first time in a long time, she felt like she had a purpose beyond just doing her job. Maybe it was time to start believing in herself the way Liam did. I know you're wondering how things continue after the conversation Emma and Liam shared. Was there a shift in the dynamics between them? Did the conversation really change anything? Well, let's dive into what happened next. I know you're wondering how Emma is adjusting to this new chapter in her life, right? How is she handling this sudden leap from the quiet comfort of being a nanny to working at one of the biggest tech companies in the country? Well, let's find out what happens next. I know you're wondering, what comes next for Emma, right? How is she going to handle this leadership role, and will she be able to truly step into the shoes Liam has placed before her? Well, let's take a look at how things unfold. I know you're wondering how Emma is going to handle her new role and what challenges lie ahead for her. How is she going to balance everything, and will she truly be able to meet Liam's expectations? Well, let's find out what happens next. I know you're curious about what happens next for Emma, right? She's finally taking on a leadership role, but what kind of challenges will she face as she steps into this new chapter of her life? Let's dive in and find out. I know you're wondering how Emma is going to respond to Liam's confession and what comes next in their relationship. Will she embrace the possibility of something more, or will she keep her distance? Well, let's find out how this chapter concludes.